Welcome to Basecamp. It's a collaboration tool that will allow us to keep a project managed in a single place. Using Basecamp will help assure that we are utilizing the most up-to-date versions of calendars and materials. It enables us to keep comments in the same location regarding specific materials. We can share materials with our graphic designers, and we can inform you of upcoming meetings and other resources that are now available. At first, Basecamp can feel overwhelming, but it's really quite simple. Your consultant or another member of your team is able to share an invitation with you. That invitation is available in messages for them to share with you. When you get the login link, click on the link. It will take you to a page. Your email address becomes your username. You'll need to create a password, and then you simply click Let's Go. Then what will happen is it'll open up a page for your home screen. In this case, the North Carolina SAS is the project that has been invited to. And this is what will appear as the home screen on your page. You'll notice across the top are a couple of buttons: Home, Pings, Hey, Activity, My Stuff, and Find. We'll come back to those later. The project tile is the way in which you'll enter the project. So to enter the North Carolina project that I've been invited to, I simply click on the link. Then what opens up is the screen with everything in the project. Across the top is the title, and then is a listing of everybody who is in the project. If I clicked on any of these initials, it would open up a listing for me of all people that are invited to this particular project. And then there's two primary places. There's the message board, and there's also the documents and files. And we'll explore both of these, as this is where most information will be kept. Let's take a quick look at the message board. If I click on that tile, it opens up all of the messages that have been published before, so that I have access to go back and read the titles and read what is there that I might want to see. There's one here called Video. It's one I put up before, and it has links to different videos that are available. You'll notice too, underneath is a discussion area. So if I were to start typing in here, I would be able to discuss the videos, and all of the discussion would be kept in this thread along with the information about videos. It just allows everything to be kept in one place. If I want the comment to be posted after I type it, I would click Add this comment. Then you'll also notice who all is subscribed. Basically, everybody in this project is going to get access to your comment once it's posted. As I scroll back up, if I want to leave this particular message and go back to all the messages, I click on the message board, and then I've got access to that again. To start a new message, I would click this button. It opens up a new message. I type my title. I type the body of the message I want to do. And then I have an option at the bottom to either save it as a draft or post this message. I can save it to finish writing it later, or I can post it and everybody in the project will have access to it immediately upon my posting. I'm not going to post this message. I'll go back to the message board. And then from here, I want to go back to the main project page. So again, I just click on the blue hot link and it takes me back to the project page. Documents and files is where you're going to find most of the information you need. Each portion of your project will have a folder, or each congregation in your project will have a folder. This is basically a big filing cabinet. And so you'll notice each file folder, and then inside each file folder, you will find the information contained within the folder. Again, to back up, you click on Docs and Files again. You can back up to the whole file cabinet again and have access to everything. If you, in the right corner here, you can sort by name. I usually do that so that my first file is the material shared by GSB. This is a file that we will use to share new materials with you, or presentation slides from different presentations that we've done. I'm going to open this folder. If I want to add a new file to this folder, it's really quite simple. I take the file from my desktop, I slide it over, the file folder turns green, I release it, and you will notice that the document Basecamp Overview is now ready to be loaded into the folder. I can type notes. so that everybody will know that this is the presentation I'm doing. Then I can post it to the project. But before I do, I have two options. I can choose to post it and not notify anyone, or I can let it me choose who to notify. This is kind of Basecamp etiquette. We don't want to choose to let everybody know everything that we're posting because people will get bogged down in other people's work. So if I click let me choose who to notify, when it first comes up, everybody in the project is selected. I'm going to click select no one, and then I'm just going to share it with my colleague Jenny. So I'll save the changes. And now when I post this, Jenny will be the only one who is notified that it's posted. All right, so that now appears in the folder of SAS materials shared by GSB. Now I'm going to open that folder again. If I want to have a discussion on this document, the discussion can happen immediately below the document so that we know at all times what we're talking about. It's a way to collaborate on a document and know what we're doing. If I want to re-access the document, I simply click download, and then it allows me to open it up on my computer and work with it again. I can make changes, I can save it again, and then what I want to do is replace the version here with a new version that I have. So I'll click replace with a new version, and then I just go straight through the same process I did before. I take it from my computer, I drag it in, and then I upload the new version. That way, we're all working from the same version again. We don't want the new version to be loaded in the comment section. It will be too hard to find where it is. So use that replace with a new version document or tab. All right, so I'm done with that now. Please do note that everything that is posted in Basecamp is available to everyone else who is on your project. So sensitive data should not be shared in that setting. Or if you have confidential information you'd like to talk to your consultant about, there's a better way to do that than through the discussion under a document. Pings are a way in which you can communicate with just a single person and nobody else has access to it. So I click on pings, so I can start a private chat with Jenny. And then I click ping them. And then it opens up basically just like writing an email or a text message. I can write the body of a text here to Jenny, and that communication then would be only between Jenny and I. I'm not going to send her this message. I can click home and go back to home, and it brings me back to this project. A couple other things, you'll notice the three dots. When I'm in the project, if I go to the three dots, it gives me, there are times when it will give me options. Here it will allow me to edit or move or copy this item. So just know that sometimes you can use those three dots to find different information that you want to do. The Hey button across the top will notify you when something that you're following has changed or been commented on. So if there were a little red number here next to Hey, you could click on Hey and it would tell you what has happened in a project that you're following. One of the final things to share with you is the notification settings. If I click on my initials in the upper right-hand corner, I can change my notification settings. Basecamp initially thinks that you'd like to receive notification on everything possible that could ever happen. See, it says it to notify me about everything. You probably would prefer to change to only notifying you when someone sends you a ping or mentions you. I don't want pop-up notifications on my computer either. I also don't want it to notify me all the time. And so I change it. You may even want to change it to only notifying you on 1 day a week of what's going on, or maybe even 2 days a week. And so you can kind of restrict the settings to which it will let you know what's going on. So I can save those settings, And now I'll only get notifications at those times. Well, Basecamp is not that hard to use. It might be a little intimidating at first, but I encourage you to look around, poke around, and get familiar with it. It's a great way to collaborate and a great way for us to keep in touch with what's going on in your project.